Good evening and welcome to my video. This is a review of the DC Sim Racing's dc2 pedals, a two-pedal configuration from DC Sim Racing. Now I had a unboxing video, but unfortunately thanks to Adobe, it didn't want to render it properly, so yeah, the only thing you can enjoy right now is a slideshow. But if you are interested in the unboxing, you can find the link in the description for the unboxing video itself. Now, in the unboxing video, you will see that there is a pedal plate. Uh, you can see that the pedal plate is not here or not in on the camera. The reason is simply being that my rig does not support that pedal plate. Um, I don't know. Uh, yeah, the pedal plate is simply not supported by my rig, so I had to mount these pedals straight on my rig, and yeah, that kind of sucks because that pedal plate is one big solid chunk of iron. And yes, it is big. So what you will be though seeing in this video, we will be looking through the software and then I will be jumping in iRacing and speaking a little bit of how I feel the pedals and what I personally think about them. Now keep in mind, I have raced with these pedals. I have had them for a week now, so I will be speaking about my experience with them. And my final thoughts about them. And now to the software. On DC Sim Racing's website, you can find the manual, as I have here. Uh, a good thing, I highly recommend to go through the manual. There is a very brief description or very detailed description of how you can configure your and set up your pedals to your preferences. And in the bottom, there is a very good description of your lubricants and the maintenance of your pedals. Make sure to read it. I would highly recommend that. The software itself is like any other software. This one is obviously born Spanish, so hit the button or I'll be in the corner up here, right hand corner, uh, and it is now in English. Um, I have driven with these pedals. I have reset these pedals to default setup just for this purpose, and I know that my sweet spot for my brake is 10%. The reason being is I do have some big fat feet, as you can see on the camera, and I do like to rest my foot. So as you can see, I even need to move my foot a little bit further to apply my brake, and I do in fact like that. Simply in long endurance races, I do have a tendency to uh, that my foot gets more and more tired, obviously. So I do uh, sit on the limit itself. So that 10% perfect for me. On my throttle, I am basically around 5%, and I find this perfect for myself as well. But again, your preferences, my preferences. So let's send these settings to my pedal so I don't forget that. This software is like any other high-profile software for any high-profile pedals. The maximum braking force is applied, and then you simply just turn it down to your preferred settings. Um, and there are also these fancy curves. I haven't seen or haven't heard about any sim racer that uses them, but I would really love to know who uses them and what they use them for. But they are there, um, uh, so again, this is the software. You send the configuration to the pedal and away you go. Now, I have though heard that some sim racers have this tends to take down some of the top of the pedals of the pedal, especially in iRacing. So they simply, when they hammer the brake, I don't know how the settings are, but it kind of looks fancy. The curve looks fancy. Um, so when they hit the brake, they don't lock up GTE cars. I uh, They find it useful. I can't really. Personally, I've been advised from several sim racers to just run default curve, learn to drive, and my good friend Richard said it as well. I follow. He's a long time sim racer, so he has the experience. So I just listen to what the guy says. Anyways, I'll just get the settings, because the settings I set before fiddling around are my settings. And after 2.5 years of iRacing loading, will be sitting in iRacing and good to go. And now on Imola in iRacing. I've had these pedals for, yeah, a good week now, and going from Thrustmaster potentiometer pedals to a load cell pedal, it's like night and day. I simply love these pedals, and I I cannot imagine driving with something else now. Like I've spoken before, my setup on the brake is two green elastometers, so it is medium, and I will probably swap one of the elastometers out to a white one, so it gets a little bit more heavy. Overall, pedals are solid. They are very solid. They have a very nice return. And they have superb response, which they should have. For a price of 350 euros, I'm amazed how much you get. You get good solid product. You get you haven't really paid a designer for painting them in some fancy colors. You do get raw stainless steel design, which I personally like. I have been speaking with a couple of friends regarding pedals and how they should look, and many of us, we do in fact agree on all that raw steel look just makes them look better. Overall, I'm in fact amazed of how DC Sim Racing even can make these pedals this cheap. And unfortunately, shame for me that I couldn't mount this pedal plate that is included with the pedals. I would have loved to try it out, but it will probably end up me taking a big drill and just drilling a couple of holes in my rig's base plate, so I can mount the pedals, the pedal base plate that is included with the pedals. Overall, they are superb. So the only thing I really can say is, if you're looking for affordable pedals, and you can live with two pedals, so without the clutch, you don't want pedals that will lock you to a specific brand. DC Sim Racing might be your solution. My name is Hamzalia. This was my review of the DC Sim Racing DC2 pedals. If you have any questions, any comments, please please write them in below, and I will try to see if I can answer your questions. I will highly, if you have questions, specific questions or technical questions regarding pedals, you can always send a message to DC Sim Racing. They have been phenomenal of answering the questions I've had. I've sent them a text message on WhatsApp, and within few minutes or within an hour, depends on how what day it is. I've got an answer on my questions, even on a Sunday. Like I said, my name is Hamzalia. This was my review. If you like my review, like it. If you don't, well, okay. But until next time, I'll see you on the track. Thank you.